Hi, my friend, welcome. I'd like to support you how to deal with sadness, because sadness is so natural for us, and it comes often when things doesn't go the way we want. But it's always possible to transform it. We're not destined to feel sadness and to be sad. We can always change that. Remember that you hold the ability to transform, to change this very moment into something else. You can do it. So when we feel sad, the first thing to do is to bring the awareness inwards, because the tendency of the mind is to think about it and to try to resolve the sadness by thinking about the reasons why I'm sad. But here we go different direction. We're letting go of the thought, because I believe that you had these thoughts already many, many times, and they're not always helpful. So we're getting rid of the thoughts by focusing on how do I feel right now. Yeah, I know I'm sad, but let's pay attention exactly how is the sadness manifesting inside my body. Where is it really? Is it in my chest? Is it in my throat? Is it in my stomach? Where do I feel the sadness? Once you're aware where the sadness manifests physically and emotionally, then you try to separate the thought from what you're feeling. Yeah, so basically you're taking the energy of the mind, and instead of focusing it on the reason for the sadness, you're focusing the mind on the sensation that creates the sadness. Okay? And as much as the mind is focused on that, you're going to feel better. Now the beauty is that the minds hold awareness. And when the awareness is guided into anything that doesn't feel right within us, we start to feel better. So if, for example, you recognize that the sadness is in your chest, you bring the awareness exactly to that, and you're just breathing to that area of the sadness, and you're softening it. It's very normal that as you start to doing it, you're going to feel resistance of your mind, because the mind is convinced that if you will know and understand and somehow get to the root of the sadness, you're going to feel better. So the mind will try to pull you into a psychological resolving of the sadness, which has a point, and it's important to work as well. So for that you do psychotherapy, and you try to understand and logically let go of the sadness through logically understanding this process, which is important. And now we're trying something additional to that. Yeah. So you did the psychological work, but now don't focus on the mind. Use the energy of the mind to pay attention to the exact feeling you call sadness. And you'll be amazed, because you see that the sadness affecting your breathing. So you recognize that the breathing is not really harmonized inside you. You see that the sadness is manifesting in a very specific parts of your body. And actually you'll see when you pay attention that your whole being is affected by the sadness. Yeah, maybe even your legs, your toes, the circulation of your body. Of course, your emotions, your mind, everything is overwhelmed by the sensation of the sadness. Now, once you start to be aware of what's happening within you in relationship to this feeling of sadness, everything starts to feel better. Nothing changed in your life because you brought your awareness from being focused on the thought to being focused on the effect of the thoughts on your system. You start to feel much better. And be very vigilant, because let's say you feel sadness in your chest, you start to breathing into your chest and you start to feel better in your chest. But the sadness also has a more subtle part to it that maybe you feel in your skin, or maybe you feel in other ways or other parts of your body. So if you really want to shift the sadness, you have to go from the most apparent, obvious parts where it's manifesting into more subtle parts of your body and subtle parts of its manifestation. I'm always here to support, so if you need more help or if you want to share your experiences, I'm always happy to hear and I'll answer always. Blessing and have a beautiful, beautiful day and beautiful life.